do with your sexuality. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
what should have been the conversation.
Why should that little boy, at the age of 5 or 6 or 9,
5 or 6.
At 9, why should that little boy have to make a decision on his sexual preference?
What I'm trying to say is he should have been talking to an adult at that time, since he couldn't talk to his mother.
How do you express at the age of 9 or 10 that you feel a certain kind of way about other little boys?
Listen, you're supposed to open up. When the conversation is there, the boy is sitting at dinner at the table with another person that he can talk to that's opening up to him and say, son, you feel safe. This is a safe place. What's going on with you? That should have been the dialogue with the brother's character and Janae Monet's character.
You think the two adults didn't know that the little boy was possibly gay?
They didn't know that until she didn't figure that out until later.
No, I think she figured it out early. I mean, and they told her, hey, this isn't a decision that you have to make right now. I mean, and I think that's one of the reasons that the Ali cat decided, hey, I'm going to take you underneath my shoulder and make sure you get what you need so that you can be the man that you need to be. Now, of course, the Janae Monet, whatever her name is, she was a mother figure. She did everything that a mother was supposed to do that we don't have in a modern society. She was nurturing, she was caring, and she validated the way that little boy felt.
Right.
He didn't have to make a decision about his sexuality at that point.
She should have validated by having conversations with him about how he was feeling and how it was okay. We didn't see that in that movie. That movie should have been an outcry to little boys. If you're feeling this way, this is what you need to do. Go speak to someone. Don't hold it in.
That movie was that for little boys.
No, it was not. No. All it is we don't even know why the other little boys thought he was gay and called him fat. We just think they teased him. We don't know one reason why they did that. Why the one boy, he went busted in the head, then went to jail.
You don't think that little boys don't go around calling each other faggots and all kinds of things? They don't know what it means, but they have an idea what it means.
We played the dozens like that when we was boys, but we got to understand, why are these characters feeling like that? Why are these characters feeling like that?
We don't have to understand why all the characters are feeling like that.
We need to, because you got to get some idea.
That movie was about the perspective of that little boy Midnight.
No, that movie was the perspective of the writer who went through it when he did, but he should have been writing a little different way of showing little boys who are going through that right now of how to open up and don't hold this in. If you don't have your mom who is a drug addicted, who chooses who chooses alcohol and drugs and addiction over rearing and taking care of her child, then you have another mother figure you can talk to.
You didn't see the character development. You didn't see how he progressed as a little boy to a grown man to accepting who he was.
They left it too open. They left it too much interpretation for people who don't think. You got to think. A lot of people walk out.
The movie was about thinking. I mean, it was about thinking. It was about being human, and for people to come and realize who they are as people.
What was the humanity you seen of any of his 3 stages? What was the humanity?
He finally got to the stage where he could accept his sexuality. And
when did we see that?
At the end of the movie,
when did we see him getting upset with sex? Was it in prison? Because he didn't get in touch with his, if you remember, he didn't get in touch with his sexual identity at all, because he said, I have not, it was a love story. That movie is basically a love story. Because he said, I have not touched.
And that bothers you?
No, it doesn't bother me, but I'm saying if you want to use it for an outlet for our little African-American boys who are going through a sexual identity crisis, use that with some creative writing and make them think of how you can open up. Go to a safe place. How come we didn't see him go, if he get out of prison still having these things in his head about him dealing with his sexual, how come we didn't go to a community center that opens up to people who are having these identity crises?
Let me ask
safe place.
Does your heterosexuality stop you from understanding how that movie may have helped other little gay black men?
No, what stops me that is knowing the theology of film and what this medium is supposed to be used for.
So let's just admit it. You're some sort of elitist who really has a problem with the way the film was made, and because the film wasn't made the way that you wanted.
No.
I mean, tell the truth.
You trying to use this as the fact that I studied a little bit about what.
No, you're trying to use it. I don't care.
You know,
I was like, okay, this is a decent film. This was a black film that, for once, I didn't have to see another drive-by. I didn't have to
what do you think he was when he was a drug dealer?
I didn't have to see what he called.
He was a drug dealer.
I didn't have to see.
What positive image can you get from an African-American gay male drug dealer?
I didn't have to see another Medea. I mean, like, and I find.
But you see the demasculization of the black man.
I didn't see any emasculation of black males.
Yes, you did.
What I saw was
when you see two black males talking about, man, I haven't touched another man since you.
You know what?
That's a lie.
That
You've been in jail.
That is,
all that's in jail is what? Men.
That
so there, for some reason, and I'm thinking to the fact that they didn't develop his character enough to where we dealt with him and what he's went through.
Now you're talking about two different subjects. You said he was demasculated.
Yes.
I didn't see any emasculation. What I saw was finally two black character males that were willing to accept who they were, despite what society said, despite like one of the characters deciding, hey, I'm going to have this child with this woman, so on and such forth. Finally coming to the reality.
That's bisexuality.
Finally coming to the reality, hey, that's not what I am. This is what I am. I saw another black male who went through all this thug life and this whole thug world, but it's not really who he was. It's not who he is. And he does all that because he thinks he needs to prove himself and needs to be this hyper-masculine male. And then finally he accepts, hey, I may not be that, and this may be what I do, but here's who I am. I've been in love with one person my entire life. And at the end of the movie, he decided that he could finally deal with it. And he took a chance, and what was it? I think he was in Atlanta, goes down to Florida. He took a chance and went after what his dream was.
He was in Atlanta. His dream was...
There was no demasculation. What emasculation is there in accepting who you are? You know how tough it must be for a gay male to be like, a black gay male to be like, hey, I'm gay.
Kenneth, we go through this in our culture and our society all the time with our males who are going through certain issues, not having an outlet, whether it be social emotional need, whether it be a mental need of going through these things and hold them in, and that's why a lot of things happen to them like that. Kenneth, what I'm trying to say, if you understand that film, like I said, call me a loser.
You keep calling it about film. This isn't about film.
It's about
what this was about is a story. You said it was about a love story, Kwam.
This is about a story.
No. Is it about a love story? Kwam, is it about a love story? Or is it about film? Because it's one or the other.
What it's about, Ken, if you want to base it off of a black male, still in love with his first sexual encounter with another male, it's a love story. Because that's what I've seen. That's what I got of. He said he's never touched.
How did you see it? Okay. You said, well, let's agree. You said it's a love story. How did you see the film as a love story? Was it a good film as a love story? Or was it just like, I hate this shit?
I didn't say I didn't hate the film. I'm just trying to break it down of what our young men...
Was it a good love story?
It was a decent love story, but it wasn't Oscar winning. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not
when I'm talking about film, and I'm using my elitist and my theory of film, it wasn't Oscar winning. Because the characters wasn't that developed. You can't just take one character away and then say, okay, what the fuck happened to him?
Which character went away? You talking about the little thug?
Ali's character.
He died.
How?
I don't know.
That's the point!
I don't know how drug dealers die. I don't know.
That's the point! Where did he go?
He died.
Was that Oscar winning?
Yes.
Okay. So he just died.
He died.
His whole
He's a drug dealer.
His
he
whole
every day.
male role model was gone. The little boy is not.
Park Hill.
The little boy is not. The little boy does not have anything going on with that. Was he going on there? The only male role model he had is die violently. Did he die violently? Did he die succumb to a
Negro, you're from Park Hill. Drug dealers die every day.
You know, but the whole point, you got to let us know that. So you explain to me, how's this film, if we see drugs every day in our community, how's this film positive for us to realize that our little boys are hurt and they need help when they're dealing with these situations in their head about their sexuality? This film should have been a medium for that. We should have seen the little boy getting counseling, talking to the mother figure, Janae Monáe, when he couldn't talk to his own. Get up, the boy just sit there and he didn't say shit. She even said that. She said, you sure don't say much.
Kwam. I think, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I think you're looking at this through a heterosexual lens.
No, I'm looking at it through an open, wide lens, brother. I know film. I'm just trying to tell you what...
So we're back to your elitism again.
Yes, if you want to call it that, Ken. Because our little white kids go through film like this every day that help them.
Kwam, I appreciate that, and I thought that movie, having some gay male relatives, I thought that movie...
We all do.
I thought that movie actually worked. And I thought it showed the stages that those gay males have to go through.
No, it didn't, Kenneth. It should have seen. It should have showed some conversations. It should have showed some conversations. It should have showed Sean getting out of prison, going through a place like this with other gay men going through the same things he went through as a child, talking about how'd you become gay? Oh, I was
That's
molested.
some bullshit, Kwame. What you really want?
That's
what
what Kenneth, you don't see that.
What you really
That
wanted,
man, come on,
no,
man.
Kwame, what you really wanted was, you wanted the conversation like, hey, why am I sucking dick? I don't care.
No!
No.
Man, oh my God,
No,
Kenneth.
I don't care about that.
See,
what I care about is the character development. And what I like to see, was here was this little vulnerable little boy.
He was, why? Why was he young?
Because he didn't know who he was. He didn't have a father figure initially,
Kenneth,
and his mother is suffering through some sort of drug addiction. And we got to see the progression of that,
No,
and how that kid developed from that, and what he had to go through.
No, he went through the same shit. He went to prison and became a drug dealer. What the fuck is so great about that in the film today for our little boy?
Kwame.
How come he couldn't went to jail and come out and be a gay counselor?
Kwame.
And helping other gay boys who are going through the same thing. He come out, he got his gold teeth, drug dealer, driving around with the crunk, trap music and shit. And even his lover said, Sean, that's not you, Sean.
Kwame,
that's not you, Sean.
You're missing.
That's not you, Sean. You ain't hardcore, nigga.
Imagine a little boy.
Man, come on, Sean.
Imagine a little
Come
boy
on,
who's been bullied his whole entire life.
Yes! You want to become an anti-bullier.
So,
you want to help people who are going through that.
Oh, okay. This is that dashiki shit.
Oh, whatever, man.
No, that's what this is.
Kenneth.
This is some dashiki shit.
No, it's not, man. It's the real
let's
shit.
Let's talk about reality, okay? Imagine a little boy getting bullied his entire life. And all he ever sees is, what we call it, the dudes in his neighborhood who are the hard ones are these dope boys. He wants to grow up and he wants to be looked at as a man. And he doesn't want to be picked on anymore. And he doesn't want to get beat up anymore. I mean, so when that little boy as a teenager went into that high school and cracked that little boy with that chair, he was taking back some of his masculinity that he hadn't had his whole entire childhood.
No, what he was taking.
And then he went to jail. He went to jail over that. And let's not forget the incident. Let's not forget the beating. Let's not forget the beating that took place. From why that beating took place before he entered. He goes to jail. He becomes a man. No, he does weights. He does everything that he needs.
All men don't do that.
He does everything that he thinks he needs to do to be the man that he becomes. And the only thing that's missing in that man's life, from what we saw in the film, was love and acceptance.
Well,
and finally, he gets a phone call of a person. The whole reason that he is the person that he is, he gets a phone call from that person, and he goes down and he takes a chance at love, and he takes a chance at throwing it all out there at a person. And that person accepts him after a long conversation, and that person doesn't just accept him, that person accepts who they are. That's a beautiful thing, though.
Kenneth, I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that. What I'm trying to tell you, Kenneth, if we're talking about this medium called film, we have to show the non-exploitation of us what we do negative. Showing this boy using his emotions, going to crack somebody in the motherfucking face, and then going to prison. Little boys do that all the time.
What do you think gang violence is about?
Oh my God, he wasn't in the game. Listen to what...
No, Kwame.
You ain't gonna let me finish.
Do you not realize that there's a large percentage of gang members...
You ain't gonna let me finish.
Do you not realize there's a large percentage of gang members that are gay?
You ain't gonna let me
Do you understand some of the level of the violence and frustration in that?
Could have been used as a medium to show them how to get that support. Not to use your emotions and attack and
Negro, write your own story then.
Oh my God, Kenneth.
Barry Jenkins did a film the way that he thought the film should be done.
If you don't like it,
Kwame, you've done enough film.
I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. We know what film's about, Kenneth.
You're going to make it, you know what, I liked it as it was. I don't want to wear no dashikis. I don't want a dashiki story. In the end, I don't want to...
But take off your motherfucking necktie and suit and listen to what I'm trying to say as a film theologian who knows what this medium is supposed to be used for. You can't have undeveloped characters. You can't.
So, we need to agree on this. So, is the medium used for storytelling?
The medium is used for storytelling and also to educate and stimulate the mind.
Hold on. So every movie I go to, I should be educated.
You should learn something from it.
So when I went, so as a kid, when I saw Rambo, what should I have been educated about when I saw Rambo?
When you saw Rambo, you should have been educated on how the prejudging and the what's the word?
Rambo killed some 2,000 Vietnamese people, and I should be educated about that.
Now let me finish.
Tell your story. I apologize.
You ain't gonna let me finish. What you should have learned
Don't talk to Jeff, talk to me.
What you should have learned about Rambo, if you want to bring that up, is how the Vietnam War and how the wars do not support their veterans when they come back mentally, and how the prejudging and then being prejudiced against somebody that you don't know, like the police officer was to Rambo. So they harassed him. He couldn't be. He was a vagrant. He came back. That's what you should learn. Oh, so this is how they do veterans. And when they come back from war, they treat them like this. And that's what you should have got back. That's not fair for the law just treating him. He served this country. If you have anything to conscience about war and what people do and what they go through when they come back, that's what the first Rambo was, a great movie about that. He came back looking for his old partners. They all were gone. The war fucked him up. Here come Rambo. He has these flashbacks. Oh, they fucking with me. They fucking with me. Grabs his knife. They drew Fleur's blood. This is all I know. But I can't come back. I can't get a job. I can't come back. I can't get a place to sleep. And I'm walking the streets, and the fucking law that I'm fighting for their freedom comes back and picks on me. That's the consciousness you have as a person who knows that's what that film was based. It wasn't all about the violence. And
what you said sounded really dope. I mean, like, I'm gonna have to go back and see Rambo because what you said sounded really dope. But you know what I saw as a 19-year-old? God damn, that dude was killing a lot of people. I gotta get a gun. That's what I saw. You know what? You know what the people around me saw? Damn, this dude kills a lot of people. John Rambo kills a lot of people. Now, that little boy who might have seen Moonlight, he didn't see all that stuff that you saw. And like, hey, why does he have to go be a drug dealer now? Why does he have to do this? What you're talking about is some sort of developed level of thinking. But that little 9, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old boy who saw that movie, all he saw was a reflection of himself. And he saw some experiences in that movie where he was like, hey, I can relate to that. And he saw the possibility of accepting himself. I don't want to get caught up in like, well, you know, he could have done this. He could have done that.
What I'm trying to say,
well, heck, I got a whole list of things that I thought they could have done better.
Like,
every time I see the color purple, I think, well, shit, all of that could have been done better.
Kiddo,
and I'm even talking about the Tyler Perry movie.
Oh, God. Kiddo, what I'm trying to say is what Moonlight had to offer as a different medium for us as black African-American people in this country when it comes to film in this medium.
Hold on. Are we doing black or African-American? We talking about, because those are two different types of people.
People with melanated skin.
Oh, so this is like people of color.
Yes.
This is what we're doing. So I'm just going to do black people, because I don't care about African-Americans, and I don't care about people of color.
All right, I'm talking about the melanated people. Kenneth, when you have this medium, you have to use it in a way of, you know, our little boys are suffering from their sexual identity right now. It's the biggest thing going on. They're being emasculated daily with images of feminizing them.
That movie, you tell me that movie emasculated black males?
Kenneth.
No, question, did Moonlight emasculate black males?
And I'm talking.
It's just a yes or no.
No, not the movie itself, but I'm talking. If you listen to what I'm talking about, the writer.
That means no.
Listen to what I'm saying, Kenneth. Listen to what I'm saying.
Did Moonlight emasculate black males?
No, but
then what are you talking about?
Kenneth, listen to what I'm saying. If you listen to what I said we're dealing with a society right now, a generation of young boys who are fighting their sexual identity. They're fighting what.
They're not fighting it. They're fighting it.
Some of them are fighting because it's not accepted yet, Kenneth. This movie could have been shown how you can be accepted in society no matter what your sexual orientation is. So in the movie Moonlight, let me finish for a minute.
Well, I just disagree with you.
Okay, but let me finish.
What do you call it? Sexuality is not the thing that's being fought. I argue with you right now that sexuality is the most accepted thing. The most unaccepted thing in this particular society is being black.
Okay.
So you can be a black male, and you can be gay, but you better not be black and gay. Be gay.
Well, that's what.
So I'm going to disagree.
What I'm trying to say, this film could have touched on that. This film could have said that he went to the school in high school and tried to get help from a white counselor that didn't know how to accept his identity. That's all I'm saying, kiddo.
Negro in Florida? What reported they were in Miami?
That's what I'm trying. He's not listening to me.
I am.
No,
it's just that sounds like some ignorance.
What?
I'm gonna go to school.
This brother
I'm gonna go to school in Miami, and I'm gonna have this white teacher. Who's gonna save me? I mean, like you're. No, hold on. You're the film guy. I mean, like so. I need another. No. What you're suggesting is this white movie that I've seen several times where the white savior comes into the hood or the ghetto, another Michelle Pfeiffer, and thank
I
God
didn't say- did I say that?
she came in, she helped me
You
figure
know,
out, she helped me figure out,
hard to debate with,
no,
brother,
she helped me
because you
figure
don't
out
let
that I was a
nobody
black
finish your
guy, and now she's helped me figure out that I'm gay.
No,
and
that ain't what I'm saying.
My little hood self can now be saved. Because that's what you're suggesting that should have happened in this movie.
Please stop for me.
So a black man does a
Please,
film
oh my
about
God.
another black
You
man,
just
about another
said,
little black
Kenna,
boy, and you don't like it. You don't like it because it did not have the white person in it
I
that
didn't
could
say
come through and save him.
I didn't say that at all. Kenneth, listen what I'm saying, brother. You just said now to be black and gay and blah 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 blah. And whoa, that's bad. And I said, well, this is what that film should have showed, how society is going to take away from what he's feeling as a black man and a gay black man by having somebody who is not African American not understand what he's going through. I didn't say save him, but let's say he has a high school counselor.
Hold on, so I can only be human? Pardon, I can only be human?
I'm done.
No,
Turn it off.
No,
Because you're not going to let me finish.
No,
Kenneth,
hold on.
You
Because-
can't debate
because
with
what you
Kenneth.
just- What you just said was an African American thing. I can only be human if my pain and my human condition is reflected upon
You're not
a
letting
white
me
person.
finishing my point, Kenneth, so it's not even no use of arguing. It's
I'd like you to finish your point, but I just want to show you the possibility that, you know what? You can reflect your humanity onto yourself or onto another black person. That reflection does not have to be a white person.
Kenneth, would you let me finish my point sometimes before you just jump in and jump down my throat?
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to stop. I'm just trying to stop the African American Revolution. Just trying to keep y'all black in the
I
meantime.
don't want to be black.
Clearly.
Shit, black is a color. Black is not an identity.
Oh,
Black
here
is
we go
not a
again.
way of yes. That's
I'm not
right.
going to deal with that right now
Yeah, we're
because
gonna deal with
that's a
that.
whole other level of
Because that's you
ignorance.
black folks. I'm not black. I'm melanated.
Well, thank you, OJ. It's okay.
I didn't say I wasn't a person that understands that
You know what?
you got to have a complexion
You know
for
what?
protection.
Why don't we do this?
Issue,
Why
man.
don't we do this? Because I
Right.
can see you're annoyed by me.
No,
why
I'm
don't we go-
not.
Why don't we go see Moonlight again?
I'm not watching
I'll
that
hold
shit.
your hand in the movie.
No,
and we
I'm
can
not
go
watching
now.
that shit.
Nah, we'll go back. We'll
I
see
already
it.
know the movie. What I'm trying to say, Kenneth, it wasn't Oscar-winning performances in that fucking movie.
Quan,
It wasn't an Oscar-winning story.
Quan, most
The
times.
characters was underdeveloped. The dialogue was very soft and short and not to the point. We didn't see nothing positive coming out of this male dealing with his sexuality. I mean, come on, Kenneth. All it was trying to basically, if I get it from sisters, is you better be careful because there's a lot of two-way swinging brothers that look this thug-like past. You got the gold fronts, but they actually want men. That's another story that I've seen in the movie. So be careful.
That was a depiction of truth. I mean, like.
So
but
let's
Quan-
deal with it.
But Quan, here's my.
But name me one relationship
I just
the
wanted to-
character
I just
Sean
want- I
had
want
in the
to
movie.
deal with something that you just said.
Have me one.
No, I want to go back.
Name me one relationship Sean had in the movie. One relationship.
We'll deal with that in just one second. Quan, you said it wasn't an Oscar-winning performance.
There wasn't.
But at what point has a black actor or actress ever won the Oscar for a performance that was actually that was actually just dominating and just like, oh my gosh, you should win that? Because as a kid, I remember seeing Glory and thinking, oh man, Denzel Washington was awesome in that, but he didn't win the Oscar for that.
He won. He got one
No.
Oscar for getting beat.
He won it for training. He won it for Training Day.
He won Best Actor for Training Day. He won Best Supporting Actor for Glory.
You didn't think he deserved? What do you call? You didn't think he deserved a bigger role?
He deserved an Oscar.
And Halle Berry.
He deserved an Oscar, in my opinion, for his role in Hurricane.
Okay, well, personally, I like something else. And Halle Berry, she won a role. What do you call it? She won.
She won it for Monster Ball for best actress in Monster Ball, getting raped by a big D ass white man. When I think she should have won it for Dorothy Dandridge, just like Jamie Foxx won it for rape.
So, is there any time that you would say that a black actor or actress won that award when they should have won it?
Shouldn't have won it. Or
No, when they should have won it. At any point where you're like, hey, that person finally deserves that, and that was the right film to give that person that award for.
Should have won. Yeah, I can honestly say years ago, Lou Gossett won for his for Officer in the Jungle.
Okay, I probably agree with you on these things. So you're gonna so if we just go through the history of the Oscars outside of what do you call it, the mammy from Gone with the Wind,
Hattie McDaniel.
Hattie McDaniel, your East Angel, your co-East Angel. I mean, like, so in the history of the Oscars, you can only think of maybe once or twice that you thought the black actor or actress won the award at the time they should have won the award?
I can think of a couple that should have won but didn't win. But you know, the ones that I think won, I think they were just, you know, they just giving us to us because they want to give it to us. We already know what it's about. Like Denzel even said it best, oh, you killed two birds with one stone. He won it for Best Actor, and Halle Berry wins at the same time for Best Actress for two roles that were just basically fucking badass characters that had no dimension. All it was some bullshit. You know, he's a fucked up ass police officer who runs around crooked and a drug dealer himself, fucking little Spanish women, killing his own people. So he wins an Oscar for that. But the first year of that, he does this great depiction of a boxer who was unjustly put in prison. He did a great job, got himself together for that. The Hurricane. Didn't even get one Oscar buzz. Same thing with Halle Berry. Great job as Dorothy Dent. A beautiful depiction of her life and what she did. Didn't even get no Oscar for that. But here comes the Oscar. Oh, look, we're just giving for these two Negro characters right here. Oh, that's what we need to do. Show them that we're not that bad as we seem. Because they know as black people, we don't think like that. A lot of us is, oh, that was great. I love Training Day. Oh,
first of all, I don't know what you're talking about black. You're not black. We've already discussed that.
I'm a melanated man. So yes, I'm brown if anything, brother. That's like you brown.
Or black.
Or your socks is black, you brown.
I'm black, but okay.
Brother Jeff brown. I'm brown.
He's black.
Black is a color. And if you want to say you black,
hey man,
I just think black is a color.
Did you go to GW for a couple of years?
No.
Okay, because I thought but you was at East. I get it. I was always like a paper bag complex between GW and East.
No, we ain't going back.
I mean, like I said, y'all don't ever want to like be black, but that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, we can all look at what it is. Black is it was identity given us by somebody else, like all our identities have been. Kiddo.
Okay, yeah, enough of all this. Want to get back to the film, or you just want
I want to get back to that film because you need to learn film theory, theology. What this medium is supposed to do. Films was supposed to enlighten.
As a writer, I just don't know.
As a writer, I'm a writer too, brother.
I just don't know.
Listen,
I just don't know how to tell a story.
This medium film was supposed to do what it did over 100 years ago with the Birth of a Nation. It was supposed to make you think. It was propaganda. Hitler used it. W.D.H. Griffin used it to depict us as if we set these niggas free. This is what they're gonna do, and wasn't a nigga in the movie.
I get it, 1930.
And that's what the fucking film is supposed to do. So when you have a medium like this and you use this, you're supposed to use it to educate people. What I'm saying, Kenneth, the
Did I forget? Am I wrong? Because when I go to the movie theater a lot of times to spend my $15, I'm not always there for the education. I mean, like when I go see like Logan, or I go see Superman, or when I used to go see the Friday movies, you know what I was not trying to do in that exact moment?
Learn.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get educated. What I was trying to do was get some relief from my life and go enjoy myself.
Right, and you pick a film to do that. You pick a film to do that, Kenneth.
Now, you're telling me though, film always has to do this. And always has to do that.
It should.
I'm okay with that, Mom.
It should.
You're not gonna believe this.
I mean,
not all of us actually were like film majors. Some of us went to school for other stuff, and we just studied film on the side. I mean, like those unofficial papers that we don't like to give out in our community. So this just thing we do. My question though is, when you saw Moonlight, was there nothing educational in that film for you?
No, not for me.
Okay, then our conversation's through.
Again, wasn't nothing educational in the film for me, Kenneth, and I got to be honest with you. Let me put it like this. It was educational for me as looking through the ears of the director of photography. I learned a lot how they shot the film. But when it comes to storyline and character development, no. I just thought as being a writer myself and knowing film, there should have been more. The little boy should have more dialogue. We shouldn't just jump. He's walking through one scene, now he's in high school. What's going on with his high school career? Why are they calling him gay? What did he do? Was he in the gym locker room and he just start staring at all their dicks and going like this, looking at their dicks, and they say, man, stop being gay. That's gay. He's fag. He's a fucking fag. He's looking at her dicks. And then all of a sudden, Sean's in there looking at people's dicks, man. He's a fucking fag, man. We know we had that when we was in the gym. We used to have to get showers and take showers. We didn't want nobody looking at us. Show that. We don't even know why they was calling him gay. Do we? They all went in the bathroom, Kenneth, when they little boy playing the pee-pee game. Ooh, look at mine, my beanie, your beanie. Come on, Kenneth.
But that scene when they're all looking at each other's penises, is that just not a bit of homoeroticy that is within all of us as males, as little boys? When we're all trying to figure out what we are and what we're going to become, we want to compare ourselves. It's natural. Hey, look at your penis. Oh, look at my penis on the sex board.
Okay.
That wasn't normal for you?
For Kenneth, not for me and just my friends at my fucking school. No.
Well,
maybe me and my brothers and my cousin seeing who can pee the fastest in the toilet.
Well,
but I ain't never did it. At the school, Kenneth. Come on, man. What I'm saying is when developing that character, when Sean seen that,
is different.
let me see that. When Sean seen that, and Sean started having these little tingly feelings, and he goes back over to Michelle, or what, I forgot
Whatever
her
name is.
Right, Janae Monet. When he went back to her and just expressed like, she's like, what's wrong, baby? I was just, me and the guys were playing a dick measuring game, and I just started feeling funny when I was looking at their penises. It just made me feel like, man, you know, I just got excited. And she could explain to him, oh, okay, baby, you know what? That's something, you know, I can understand it being a boy not knowing, have you ever had, you know, talking about having sex young. Has somebody ever touched you or anything? No, I
think this is absolute bullshit. I think what you're doing is you're
developing your character,
no,
so little boys that see that
I
character
think what
say,
you're doing is
I
you're
can
projecting your 50-year-old mind onto the mindset of a little 9-year-old.
But I'm just saying, a 9-year-old can, if I deal with kids every day working with them, they will talk.
And you expect those 9-year-olds,
and they will
you
talk.
expect the 9-year-old to be, hey, Mr. Kwam, you know what? I just realized this morning when I was urinating, I think I'm gay. That's what you expect.
Not urinating, Kenneth. I'm talking about looking at other boys' penises, Kenneth. If you have an open relationship, or you feel you can be honest and open with somebody, that's an adult that you're safe with. It's a safe place. Talk to me. What's going on, Sean? What's going on with you?
And
that's what that mother figure was supposed to do. If you
Juan.
can't talk to your mama, you go talk to somebody else.
At 9 years old, I didn't even say the word penis. You know what I call? You know what I call? I call my penis? Mom. I think there's something wrong with my privates.
Well,
I'm not going to have that conversation.
Even
man.
if the character Sean said privates, I looked at the other boys' privates and I started feeling funny, Miss Chanel. I just started feeling funny. I don't know what this feeling is. Oh, come here, baby.
The boy didn't know.
Kid him, and that's why you ask questions.
He's 9.
Kid him. We already know the development of a child at 5 can already see what they want to do with themselves when they start touching them. Little boys play with their penises. Little girls play with their vaginas. And
Dude,
that's when you...
I wanted to be Billy D. Williams when I was like 9. I was like, that
You're
dude's
not
fine.
kid.
That's the type of dude I want to be like when I get older. Now, I've grown up. You know what? I don't want to be Billy D. Williams. And at no point did I feel like I was in love or I had sexual feelings towards Billy D. Williams. I may have had some feelings towards some girls and some women, but you know what? I grew out of that too.
Do you remember the scene when his little friend that touched his little dick was basically fucking a girl from the back in the movie thing? You know, that's when
that was in the imagination, dude.
Yes, that was
that wasn't real in his life. That was imagination.
You're not listening to what I'm saying, Kenneth.
It's like
No film.
He had a wet dream. He had a wet dream.
But he wished. Did you hear what he said? I thought it was me. That's why he went back there and looked at it. And he was upset. Kenneth, that's how people finally found out that his character's dealing with a sexual identity. When he went there and he seen his friend having sex with a girl. When he's talking about having sex with a girl. When he found out, oh, I wish that was me. Her. You don't remember that movie, do you?
Actually, I don't, but I already knew the character was gay.
See, that's what I'm saying, Kenneth. You got to read on the underline and understand the theory of film. And they should have developed it even more.
Actually,
I had this dream that my friend Brian was having sex with a girl.
If you start having sex about another man, there's a good chance you might be gay. Okay, that happened.
Or have homosexual tendencies.
That happened in the film. It opened up like, hey, we're like, hey, well, maybe he might be gay. That's what happened in the film. The film did that for me. But I was already like, oh, this little boy is a little, what do you call it? He's a little sensitive. These other little boys keep on the
He didn't show sensitivity in the movie. Now, let's say we all grew up with him. We all got gay men and homosexual men in our family. We went to school with him. Let's say he was running around with a person that's doing all the sashaying and school didn't care about what nobody thought. And they said, look at this little faggot. He got a purse and shit. He hang around all the girls. Kenneth, come on. There was so much you could have developed with that character. Why they calling him gay? We don't even know why the dude was all of his on him. What, man, why you coming here? What, he suck your dick or something? Nigga, fuck you. Then you get all upset like, cause now we calling you gay. Well, leave the boy alone. We could have seen something like that.
Huh.
Come on, kid.
You know, maybe you're going by this theory that
I'm going by the theory our kids are suffering and they need the
I
light.
think you're going by the theory that people are naturally born gay. And I don't go by that theory. I go by the idea. I go by the idea that people are blank slates. And you can be influenced by society on what you can be and what you can't be, so on and such forth. And perhaps this little boy doesn't know if he's gay. He just knows, hey, I like the way that this feels.
But he could have talked to somebody about it. Kenneth, he didn't talk to nobody about it.
Negro, I didn't talk to my parents when the white people called me nigger at school.
Well, you should have talked to somebody, Kenneth. That's our main point. We hold shit in as men, especially black men, and this film should have been an outlet for little black boys, adolescents, teenagers, grown-ass men, going and opening up to people about how they feeling so they won't go crazy, kill themselves. They won't go crazy, kill themselves.
Is this film more about you? Is this all about you?
No, Kenneth, stop thinking this. You trying to reverse it. I'm trying to think
No,
of
I'm not trying to
what our
reverse
stories
anything. I mean, like,
need to be
Barry
told
Jenkins-
about. Did you ever see this movie? I forgot what the movie is called. It's Paris. It was about a lesbian girl. It had it had the Wayans brothers' sister.
The only Kim I know is Kardashian.
But it was a good movie about lesbianism. She talked to people. She got support. It was I liked that film. That's all I'm saying. This film could have been that for the little boys. I forgot the name of the film, but it was a great film, and I watched it. I'm like, that's what, that's good. The sister got help.
I'm all about
It's cool.
I like film critique, but I feel like
I wish I did.
I feel like you should do your own film.
No, I
Because
don't care.
apparently
I did
you
my
don't
own film.
appreciate the way that Barry Jenkins did that.
Barry Jenkins did a great job when it came to cinematography, when it came to trying to tell the story. I'm just saying it should have been more open, kind of character development.
Hold on, let me ask you something.
So
Did you see
ambiguity.
Medicine? Did you see his film Medicine?
Medicine?
Did you see it?
I love that film.
So
it was about two
I
black
think-
people having a
I don't need to go. We don't need to go into what it's
I
about.
know what I seen.
I like to call it a neo-postmodern version
Right.
of
And they
Blood
continue
Jones.
to date, and
But-
then they leave each
but
other
Kwame,
to go on who they supposed to
Kwame,
really be with. Come on, Ken,
but
it was a
Kwame,
great movie.
What
Barry
it was,
Jenkins
what
is
it
a good director.
It was very similar to the way that he did Moonlight. Barry Jenkins
Let me
does
tell you
films.
this.
He does films a certain way.
But let me tell you this. Medicine for Melancholy, I gotta cut you off,
He
was
does
not
films a
ambiguous.
certain way, and he leaves some stuff open for interpretation.
You're right. Medicine for Melancholy
If you don't
was
like
not
thinking,
ambiguous.
his film ain't the movie for you.
Medicine for Melancholy, was not ambiguous. Moonlight was really ambiguous with his characters.
So you know what her boyfriend looked like in that movie then?
No, but we knew she had a boyfriend that she didn't go home to because they argued that night when them two met and they went home and had that one night stand.
No, it wasn't anything to come home to. Dude was out of town.
And she still
I mean, like-
to him. She explained this to him. We knew she had a boyfriend. That wasn't an ambiguous character. We knew this was a one-night stand, and they just continued on with the day. And then when the night fell, they left and went their separate ways.
Come on.
Great movie.
The guy does films
Barry
where he
Jenkins
doesn't.
does decent films,
He
man.
does films where not all the information and the data is there.
Well-
It's not a Tyler Perry film. And everything
Tyler
is not,
Perry
everything
films
is
don't
not
have
going to be
information
foreshadowed.
on it.
Everything is not going to be
Come on, man.
foreshadowed
Tyler
ahead of
Perry
time.
films.
You're gonna have to feel through it and think through it.
Right.
Moonlight did that, and so did Medicine for Melancholy.
So what's your final comment on the movie? Your final comment.
I think Kwame and I need to go see the movie again.
I don't
We
know.
go. Because I disagree with Kwame. Kwame's being elitist.
No, I
Kwame
know
wants
the
a
movie. I can do the whole
You want a
movie.
movie shot a certain way. If it's not shot
I
a
can do
certain
the
way,
movie from
the
beginning to
person
end.
didn't do a good job.
But what's your point? Your
Are you mad?
your closing
I said the
point.
shot was.
I don't
Your
have any
closing
closing
point.
points. I didn't have a point when this started. All I wanted was Kwame to stop ripping on the guy's movie. Guy did a decent movie. What do you call it? I think it helped little boys. It helped little gay black boys find themselves. They finally got to see something that was a reflection of them. Now it doesn't reflect every little black boy, and it doesn't reflect every little black boy
That's dealing with homosexuality or dealing with his sexuality.
But you know what? It helped a few. It helped a few little boys, Kwame. It helped a few grown men. There's a few grown men out there who are probably going around on this thug life thing.
And that should open up to the women.
and
Say,
have
look
to-
here, I like booty hole because I was in jail
That's
so
a
long.
that's a totally different subject.
Okay,
But it
now hold
helped
on
out-
a second.
it helped
Now
out-
what's your point?
No, I'm not
Close it.
finished.
Okay.
I'm not finished. You know what I mean? Like, listen, man, this isn't your cultural center, sir. I mean, like, listen. This is what it called. There are some black males out there that this film helped,
Right.
who are going around on this thug life thing and have not learned a way to express to other people, hey, I'm just doing this to cover for who I really am, and I really don't feel like any of this. I think it was a good film, and I think it helped out those people. It helped out some people, man. I'm good with that. And it wasn't the typical Negro movie where I have to see where it's all about some laughing and some stuff I can't even relate to, man.
But it got drug dealing. It got black women characters that are facing addiction and other cultural things, not raising their children. Yeah, but we got a lot of positivity in the film. We got African American.
Negro, you're in the 5 points. You see that every day.
Not no more.
Not no more, brother.
That's true.
Not as much.
Not as much.
Don't say that. I don't see that. They clean this motherfucker up. Excuse me. Shit. How to Kill a City come to the 5 points. You see a real good. No, brother, I'm trying to tell you, the film was shot well. Barry Jenkins did a real great job of directing non-actors and first-time actors and all that. It just, to me, it was just an ambiguous storyline, needed more character development, and I like the film. I'm not saying I don't like it, but like I'm saying, if we're trying to help little boys and help our community with our little boys that are suffering from that type of stuff, we needed more dialogue from the little boy character who was suffering. That's all I'm saying. Write him in to say more to the female mother role in the character. Write him in to say more to the male role model character. Because there's so many ways we can take the direction of what this film could have done and what it should have done and what it didn't do. Thank you for joining us. Next time at Sneaking in the Movies, we're going to talk about Girl Trip. Right on.
We're going to pay next time. I mean, we're going to pay. See you next time.